Hey gamers, welcome back to the channel. Today in DC Dark Legion, we're going to be taking a look at the August tier list update. Very cool stuff. We've got some League of Assassins that have joined the roster, so we're going to go ahead, take a look at where they place. Also, some recent changes with Superman family. Going to see where I've finally landed with them. And then we also are going to take a look at some characters that I haven't looked back at in a while, that I've made some slight adjustments there as well. It's going to be a good conversation, so let's get into it. All right, and welcome back. Let's go ahead and just jump right into this. We've got some cool characters that have come to our roster. We've got some League of Assassins. But let's go ahead. We're going to start at the top. We're going to work our way down. S+, I haven't made any changes to the S+ tier. I still think these characters are the best characters in the game right now. I will say, though, one thing I am kind of flirting around with is moving Sinestro down to S. It just feels as we get further and further into the game, maybe not as great as he was early on, and maybe one of these other S heroes might move up. I haven't made that decision. I haven't moved him down yet. I still have these three characters here as S+ tier, but I think we may be coming close to making some adjustments there. All right, these S tier heroes haven't made much changes, except I did move Supergirl up. She was A actually last time. She definitely deserves to be up in that S tier. I also moved Crypto up. Crypto, I believe, was in A+. So I moved him up to S. Just talking about the original characters here. Great characters to have in the game to make some great teams. Superman, great for single target damage. You got Joker for some really awesome spiritual damage. You've got Green Lantern, and Green Lantern takes a lot of investment, and I don't mean in-game resources and stuff. I'm talking just strictly, he is a cash shop hero, period. So that's really the only way to get him. Luckily in this game, he is not required. Now, when it comes to putting a Green Lantern team together, and when we come up to that part of development, whenever that is, it'll be interesting to see what they do with Green Lantern. So, I don't know. Maybe they're going to take him out of the cash shop. They're going to throw somebody else in there. Maybe get rid of the cash shop altogether. I would prefer that, honestly. Get rid of that cash shop. I don't think anybody's really a huge fan of it, but we do have people who take advantage of it, and they have maxed out their Green Lantern. So, luckily, though, like I said, he's not required. You've got Starfire, a fantastic hero, does a lot of healing, has some shields. She is great. She is great plug and play as well. I'm very interested to see the full Outsiders team with her and with Martian Manhunter and see what happens there. Also with Red Arrow, whatever his name is, escaping me right now. But I really want to see that team as well, because that team is really supposed to be a counter to the JLD team. So she is awesome, though. If you have her, invest in her. You will not go wrong. Supergirl and Crypto, I feel these two should be together. Well, Crypto goes along with every Superman family team, actually, hero. She does some amazing AoE damage. I really highly suggest, if you're investing in the Superman family team, you get Superman's cape, you get Supergirl's cape, the guitar for Superboy. So you've got those three weapons in there. Obviously, there's no weapon for Crypto, but she does some great AoE damage. You've got Superman, some great single target damage, and you've got Crypto, who just does really good healing. He's also got defense that he gives. He also knocks enemies down. He's a very, even though he doesn't fight, he is a hell of a support, and he really deserves to be in that S tier. He is plug and play. You can plug and play him with other teams. Not as plug and play, I don't think, as Starfire, just because, again, his real benefit there is speeding up that Krypton energy meter. So you need at least a few of the Superman family heroes for that to really increase that damage. And a lot of what you're doing is you're going to put Crypto and Superboy together with either Supergirl or Superman, and then you're going to fill out the rest of that team if it's not a full Superman family team. Also, we don't have the fourth member or the fifth member of the Superman family team. I will put Nightwing in there. Fantastic single target, physical damage dealer. He does some amazing damage. He will take advantage of the buff or the debuff that Superboy puts on enemies. Really good with the combat cycle. But this team does good almost everywhere. So great there. A+, I don't think, did I make any changes? Yeah, actually I did. I made one change to the A+ here. We've got some great heroes in the A+. You've got Superboy. He was A+ last time. He continues to stay A+ today. You've got Deathstroke, and I changed the icon here to the upgraded Wonder Woman. I think the investment and the ascension of Wonder Woman is fantastic. It's definitely worthwhile. I don't think it's enough to push her up into S tier. It definitely solidifies her more in the A plus tier because I was flirting with the idea of moving her down, the legendary version of her down, into the A tier. But she remains S tier. We've got some great spiritual damage support here with Scarecrow. He's a fantastic tank as well for that team. So definitely worthwhile. Zatanna has been here for a while. We've got Dr. Fate, amazing with shields and protecting the team. I almost want to put him up into S. I don't know that I'm there yet, but he is fantastic. Very plug and play as well. Doesn't have to be on a JLD team, but obviously that's where his strength is. Ivy remains a fantastic healer as well. I did move Martian Manhunter up. So if you saw our podcast, if you haven't, I'll put a link up to it over here. Episode 2 of our podcast. We did talk about Martian Manhunter a little bit in Quantum's first part. And I think Quantum is moving him up quite a bit. But I did move him up. I had him in the A tier. I did some additional testing after that conversation with Quantum. And I think he deserves to be up in that A plus tier at least. So, again, outsider team member, really looking forward to that full team and what they might be able to do standing up to the JLD team, who is like, I'll tell you, the top 2 teams right now, in my opinion, are JLD and Superman Family. They may even be neck and neck. They may both be number 1. They are absolutely fantastic. However, I think what we're going to start to see is we're going to start to see the JLD team, the Justice League Dark team, probably lose a little bit due to power creep and some of the other characters coming into the game and just some of the better synergies that are being crafted with the newest heroes and teams that are coming into the game. So we'll see what happens with that. But Martian Manhunter, we moved up into the A tier. And then I took a look at some characters that I haven't looked at in quite a while. Bane was in the B tier, and I think we've got the League of Assassins coming out. Bane is part of that. There's no healer on that team right now, so he's obviously self-sustaining. He does a very good job keeping himself alive and being that front line of defense for the team. So I felt I needed to move him up a little bit, so I did. I put him into the A tier. I think that's probably, unless they do something fantastic with the team and do some rework of their kits, that's probably where he'll max out, in my opinion. Same with Batman. I mean, this A tier, I think everybody here probably pretty well maxed out. We're also starting to see the legendaries fall. So we may even see Mara and Green Arrow start to fall down into the B tier as we get more and more characters out. However, we do have more Ascension missions coming up to ascend all the legendaries. And my thought here is we're going to ascend all the legendaries up to mythics because there's not going to be any more legendaries in the game. It's going to be strictly your mythics and your mythic pluses. Plus, we got this cool differentiator too between them. So your mythic pluses have this gradiated background now, which I think is pretty cool. And then your mythics just have this flat background here. So Batman, Flash may deserve to be moved up to an A plus. I am finding that I'm going to be using him a little bit more and more. But right now I still have him in A. We've got Harley here as well in A. She's still doing all right, but I don't really use her much. I don't know if maybe I should put her into B tier. We did get her mythic weapon now. I think Harley deserves a little bit of a rework. She was great in the very beginning, and now again, as we talk about power creep and new characters coming out, and the kits getting better and better, I think these early heroes are going to fall pretty quick. Superman, one of the originals. So, same with Joker, who are really holding their own though. So I moved up Bane. I also moved up Shazam. So you Bane and Shazam fans out there, I know you've been screaming at me saying, take a look at these guys. They're much better than what you think. And I'm finding that. I mean, they're definitely holding their own. They're becoming useful. So I think that they're much better than the B tier that I've been giving them. And then Lex, I moved Lex up as well. So I think that's it as far as the movement. Oh, now let's talk about the new heroes. We've got Ra's al Ghul. If you saw my podcast, our podcast, mine and Quantum's podcast, we did talk about Ra's a little bit. I have experience with Ra's in earlier tests. I don't feel his kit changed at all. I've never really been a fan of him because he doesn't last very long. He doesn't do a ton of damage, and then he dies, and he comes back if the whole team gets wiped, and then he just dies really quickly because obviously your whole team got wiped for a reason. So I don't know. I think obviously more testing is going to need to be done. I'd like to hear from all of you whales out there who may have him into the gold and into the red stars, because I think you're probably not going to get much use out of him until you get into the gold stars. Talia, now she's newer to the game. I think we're going to need more testing. I don't have her at the 5 white stars yet. I've just been really unlucky getting her unlocked. Plus, I put a lot into Ra's al Ghul because I wanted more crypto shards. I got crypto into the gold. But as far as Talia goes, she's a little bit different, right? So Ra's al Ghul is a single target damage dealer. You've got Talia, who is more of an AoE damage dealer. She also has a little bit of healing when you have more League of Assassins allies present. So I think that's kind of cool. So you've got Bane with some self-healing. You've got Talia with some self-healing and some AoE damage. So I think the makings of this team is kind of cool. However, we don't have a real healer. Ra's has no healing. I think if all the assassins had some sort of self-healing or shields or something like that, I don't know, more dodge, I don't know, then I think it would be pretty cool. But it'll be interesting to see where this team falls once it's complete. We also have, you've got this guy here, you've got Red Hood in League of Assassins. He may be the next one to go to Ascension. I don't know that that's really going to do much for his kit. We'll see what happens. We did see a little bit of a tweak with Wonder Woman when we ascended her. So right now I've got Ra's in B. Need more testing. The Assassin, like we talked about in probably the last tier list that we did, the Assassin class requires so much investment. It's really difficult to gauge early on their true impact on the game. So just take that with a little bit of grain of salt. Hopefully we get some feedback from some whales who really got them up into the gold and into the reds to share some information with us because that would be super helpful. It's going to take me a while to get them there. All right, everybody, that's what I had. That is the updated tier list for August. What do you think? What do you think of the changes? Some of the older characters coming up, some realignments, some readjustments with the Superman family, and then what do you think about where I have the League of Assassins so far? All right, that's all that I had for you. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comments section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.